Conditioning dogs is my job. I have to take all dogs at all different stages and train them. I let all my dogs run in, customers' dogs, my dogs. I teach them there's nothing wrong with running in, but I'd also teach them when I ask you to stop on the whistle, you've got to stop. So one of the reasons I let them run in is I teach them marketability, keenness, drive, and they enjoy doing it. So they know that if I ask them to go, they'll go like the clappers. No hesitation, like the clappers. Get out! So we're teaching marketability, straight to the fall, straight back. Here. Dead. Good lad. And as you can see, the dog likes it. And as you can see, the dog is keen. And if you want to beat other people in competition, you've got to have a better dog than them. Not a dog as good as theirs, but a better dog. So if you want to run competition, you've got to get your dog to a good standard. If you just want a little shooting dog, something steady at your feet, train it completely any way you like, I don't care. But at the end of the day, I want the best out of the dog that it's capable of doing. Okay, here we go. Seen it? Get out! Get out! Get out! Stopped him twice on the way out. Now some people say you should never stop a dog on its way out because you'll lose the drive and you'll lose that keenness. Well, if you've not tried it, you wouldn't know, would you? Sit up. Dead. So if you've not tried these things, you wouldn't know these things, would you? Sit up. I'm only showing people that a lot of the stuff they talk about is a load of rubbish. You make a dog unsteady if you send it and you let it run in. Well, you do if you don't train it properly. It's all down to the training, in my view. How you get your dog to listen to you. And these dogs, if punishment based makes them worried about you, why do they want to come out and want to be so keen? If positive training is the only way, then I'd use positive training. But positive training isn't the only way. Only positive training doesn't work. Sometimes they've got to have a negative. Now, I'm not going to use a whistle this time. I'm going to fire the shot. Get out! Sit up! Just tell the dog to sit up. Come here. Sit up. So we've got the control. Now we can have it. Get out! Now the dog's got to get right out in that field, have enough drive, twist, turn, desire. Get out! Get out! And we've got to push him back. And he's got to get enough drive, desire to get out there, work it out for himself, use his natural ability, but be able to control him if I need to. And this is what dog training is all about. It's all about control. Sit up! Telling the dog, because he's just trying it on, he's wandering around me a little bit, look, but still holding on to it. Loves the game. Real temptation. Get out! Get out! Dog saw it drop. Halfway out, stopped him. Stop nicely, listen to me. Get out! Turned into it, brought it in. Good lad. Good lad. Happy dog. And there you go. There's your sort of dog that most people would love. Listens to you, does as he's told, not too hard, wants to do it, loves to train, and enjoys his job. And at the end of the day, what else do you want out of a dog for working in the field? At the end of the day, I like a dog to work under all situations. I like the dog to have drive, keenness. Get out! Get out! And get to the fall. Get out! And then when he doesn't, you got to put him onto it like that. But he got the keenness. Sit up. Good lad. Good lad. Good. I didn't need to say good lad because he doesn't really understand that, some people think. That's over-engineering my training. At the end of the day, he's me mate. He's me mate. That's what he is, he's me mate. As well as me little dog. Happy, wants to do it. Get on. Enjoys life. Wants to train. It's quite ironic, really. Every dog that I train, I use discipline, I use correction, I use punishment. I don't suppress my dogs to the point they're scared. I teach the dogs that through gameplay, you're going to enjoy this life, but there has to be rules and boundaries. Without rules and boundaries, you haven't got the control that I can show you that you can get with your dog. This is Wiz in his training. He was just beginning to really become a cracking dog. Marking ability, see how he marked it? Didn't go till told, but he marked it. The temptation to run in is greater when they can see it going out there, but he didn't go till told. The desire to race out and race back is high. As he comes in, look, I blow the stop whistle to stop him running round in circles, because he used to run round in circles. I've never met a dog yet that's perfect, but look at the drive and desire of this dog. You get the people saying, oh, if you give discipline to dogs, they won't trust you, they won't enjoy doing what they do out in the field. They haven't got a clue. It's as simple as that. This dog is loving life. He can't get enough of the gameplay that we give him, and yet we've now got the control, and we've got a very sharp dog that's watching, wanting to play the game, and enjoying what he's doing. This dog is focused on playing the game. He's not going to move till he's told, unless I put him in a situation to go wrong. Look at his marking again, look. Straight out. Stopped him. He looks back at me, push him back, took him off the mark, and he still gets to the full. Stop him again, and I'm handling him. I'm showing him that I'm in charge. You have to listen to me. I know he would have gone straight to it, but what I'm doing is I'm building up the control of how to handle the dog. And if you don't do this in your training, you won't be able to do it in the field under greater temptation. This ball, at this point, this dummy launcher ball, means absolutely everything to this dog. We haven't been out on the real stuff at this point. We're in training mode. We're getting the dog ready for the real stuff. That's why he's been such a pleasure for all the years that he's been working with me in the field. And it brings back those memories. You can't take away your memories, but it's wonderful to have footage of the dog in his training at when he was at his best and really listening to you. He struggled to begin with. He was a nervous dog. He was scared of his own shadow, but he come out of himself, building confidence through gameplay, and yet still showing discipline at the right time. When things go wrong, you have to show leadership, and the dog saw me as a leader. But look at the dog's marking ability, because I've allowed the dog to run in, but look at the sharpness. These idiots out there haven't got a clue when it comes to training a dog to a level of this dog and the dogs that I've had in the past. If you want a good dog and you don't destroy the drive and you build on that drive to begin with, you're going to have to use discipline and you're going to have to use correction. But it's knowing when to use the correction and how to use the discipline. And that's the most important thing when training gun dogs. If we don't leave education out there, and we've got the format, we can put it out there on the videos, we can give people that knowledge and understanding. If we're not honest with people, then people are going to struggle, because if you think you can train this dog to do what this dog is doing with cheese and biscuits, you're dreaming. Absolutely dreaming. This dog has been a dream to train and work in the field.
He's not a hard dog, he's a biddable dog, and yet a driven dog. Look at that desire. And yet the control we've got when I ask him to stop is all part and parcel of building him up to working in the field out there. Until you can do this with your dog in this environment, you're going to come unstuck if you take the dog into the field, into the shooting scene too soon. That's why I've had such a wonderful life with this dog, because I didn't race him, I didn't rush him, I got him right, and then I took him in the field. Anybody can take a dog in the field and start to work it, and it'll do a certain job. But if you want quality and consistency over years and years and years, you've got to put the groundwork in, and you've got to build that bond with that dog, as well as repetition, and get that dog wanting to play the game and thinking it's the best thing in the world to be with you. That dog is listening to me because it wants to be with me, it enjoys being with me. It's better than sitting in the kennel. You don't train dogs by sitting them in the kennel. You've got to get out and give them some schooling and some tuition. But the dog is showing signs of he's going to be a brilliant dog at this stage in his training. And I can't honestly tell you how old he was here, but he was still in serious training mode, as in advanced training. This is advanced training. This isn't basics. We've done the basics, and now we're putting on the polish. So when he gets on the shoot, you're not screaming and shouting at him where to go. It's just adding to the game look, and that is a happy dog. The dog training world out there has become a joke. We're being told by people who don't know what they're doing what we should be doing. Look at that dog. Me and that dog have fallen out, and yet that dog wants to work with me, and he loves his job. And yet 95%, like I say, is gameplay. 5% discipline does not knock dogs back. They fear you and they don't want to work for you. That's a fine example in a short video. If you're struggling and you want to learn to train a gun dog to a very high standard, come over to Patreon and meet a group of people who are dedicated, driven, and want to get results, and do get results. This is the most important thing. People are being misled out there with the internet and the kennel club. We show you how to get the best out of your dog and how to have a dog that you'll be proud of and others would be jealous.